What's up, guys? Welcome to your Bitcoin update. This is probably going to be a pretty quick video because nothing's changed. Are we going to hit our golden pocket zone between that 51 and 52,000? That is the question. We're going to take a look at what's going on. As you can see, this whole time the price has been rising. Volume is still declining. I drew this in about a week ago, maybe a little more, I'm not sure, but looking for this, let me get this line out of the way. We did break this support line here. Could this be 4 and we have our big wave up, like I said, by Friday? That's still a possibility. What is today? What the hell is today? Is it Thursday or Friday? Anyways, we could get that pump up to that 51,000 for the fifth wave before coming down and breaking down through here. But what I normally talk about is once a trend line's broken like it has been here, chances are we're going to come down and break it before retesting the top. So we have to see what's happening here. But on the 4 hour, you can see we're getting support on that. On all the EMAs right here. But if we do break back down through them, let's go into a smaller time frame. Here's the 1 hour. I drew this in yesterday. We have broken out of this top trend line, looking at it as a falling wedge. But if we draw the bottom trend line here and put it up top to right about here, let me try to get it right on that wick. That would get us up to somewhere in this 46.1, 46.2 range for the next rejection. Let's take a measured move of that and see what happens if it breaks out. And as of right now, I did put a short in when we broke and I had my stops just above it. So I did take a small loss. And like I've been talking about, I don't believe I'm going to long here. I'm going to wait for my short position. So my next short position will be breaking this trend line again, which if it happens in the next 4 to 8 hours, about 44,500, I'll put in another short. Otherwise, I'll wait and see if we get up to this range before I put in my short. But anyways, let me get back over here. So what would this target be? Let's draw it in here. So that would be, if it does break, this is the area I'd be looking for, and it's around 49. Unless you want to count this break down here, that's going to be around 48.6. So somewhere in there, if we do break this 46.1 range, most likely we're going to see back up to this range. Obviously, we'll have a little bit of resistance at 48, but that's what I'm seeing right now. Let's go back over to that 4 hour. So yeah, like I said, once these trend lines break like this, it shows weakness. This could easily roll back over. Now let's take a look at the RSI. As you can see, the RSI is laying right. If we go off of these peaks right here, the RSI did close above it. If this 4 hour closes above it, we have 2 more hours left. Chances are we're going to go up to this range. Let's do something real quick. You can take measured moves off the RSI too. So if we do close above that, watch the RSI, and it's not going to be the price. It's going to be the RSI. So watch the RSI to hit this top level. Let me put a trend line across there. And I'll get into the chat here in a few, guys. But there's the trend line where would be the measured move of the RSI if it did get up there. That's probably going to be between the 48 and 51 range if it does continue up. Let's get back out of here. Let's look at the RSI compared to the price. We've made slightly lower lows. We'll talk about the DXY and stuff here in a few. Let me make this trend line fatter. We've made slighter lower lows up here in the price action and lower highs in the price action, higher highs in the 4 hour RSI right here. Again, that could be erased if we close above this trend line, but that is a sign to watch for possibly rolling back over and coming down. What I will do is short if we break this trend line again with my stops just above it, And if we come up to here, I'm waiting for a short in this area also. I will not be longing. If you guys want to long, I mean, that's all up to you. Like I said, all I do is tell you what I'm seeing in the charts. Everything is up to you. Your decisions are your decisions. I'll never tell you when to long, never tell you when to short, never tell you when to buy, never tell you when to sell. Those decisions are totally up to you. What I will do is tell you what I'm doing and what I'm seeing in the markets. All right, but anyway, right here, we're still in this range. But again, since we broke here, I'm not real confident that we're going to continue on up. Not saying it's not possible. I'm just not very confident in it. This is another reason. We had this target, 93.50 for the DXY. If you guys remember, that was this blue trend line here. We do seem to be breaking that right now, guys. If we're able to break this on the DXY and get support up here, the DXY's next target's going to be right back up to this trend line. And we know what happens when the DXY goes up. The dollar goes up, then Bitcoin usually goes down. So we'll be keeping an eye on that. The DXY is still struggling over here. It opened pretty low, and now it's trying to make its way back up, but it's not looking extremely bullish to me. We are showing, no, we're not really showing any divergence here in the 4-hour. Let's look on the daily. The daily, we're not showing any divergence here on the daily either, other than bearish divergence right here on this white trend line. Lower highs in the price action, higher highs in the price action, lower highs in the RSI, hidden bearish divergence, or I'm sorry, bearish divergence, which seems to be playing out right now. You guys know I'm pretty bearish on the stock markets. Gold, I still believe we're going to head down to at least around this 1677 range. We almost hit it right there. We've had this target forever, and if that's the break, then we're looking at about 1600. I think the same thing for gold and an ABC correction here. And silver, still looking for that $20 silver. If that breaks, we could go as low as 13. Litecoin seems to be getting pretty weak here. It is getting rejected below the EMAs here. Let me zoom in. If you guys haven't checked out my EMA strategy, you can check it out here on my homepage. It is right down here. Also, PHEMEX BT, my favorite exchange. They don't trade against you. Definitely my preferred exchange. So if you are interested in trying to trade, PHEMEX BT is a great one to trade on. But first, make sure you practice with a fake account. Don't just jump in and throw a bunch of money in. Remember, if you can't put $5 in and grow that, you're not going to be able to put 50 in and grow it. But I do have promo code SAVVY50. That'll get you 50% on top of whatever you deposit as a bonus. SAVVY25 will get you 25% off your fees. You can trade Forex, crypto, gold, silver, oil, S&P, Dow Jones, all on one exchange. And their stable coins on there are USDC and USDT. I'm not a fan of USDT, but to each their own. But there is a tutorial here on how to use their margin, also how to copy trade, and where to put my promo codes. There's also that EMA strategy video here. There's also a BYBIT tutorial. But that EMA strategy, if we look at where we're at right now, let me go into the 4-hour. It would have to dump pretty hard, but it was looking, the 21 EMA was looking across the 55. If that would have crossed and the next candle would have opened and closed below the 8 EMA, that would have been a sell signal on the 4-hour. We did not get that. Again, it is looking bullish right here. We are on top of the EMAs, but again, we have broken this bottom trend line that does show weakness. Our 200 EMA is going to be around the 42,000 range. Would be the next support if we do break that. And again, I will short at the next break of this trend line on the bottom, or a test of the top, which would be wave 5 around 51 to 52,000, depending on how long, if and when it'll get there. Now, somebody was saying in the chat earlier, I'll go over this real quick. I do believe we're in an ABC correction. What will turn me bullish is this green line right here, a break of it and support, and there is no price. The price rises as this goes along. So if it was to happen in the next couple days, it would be around 55,500. If it was to happen in a week or so, 57,200. A couple weeks, 5,800. So it depends on if, when, and where it hits. But where I'm looking for rejection, if we do continue up here, is this golden pocket area. I do think this is a bull trap. I've been saying that since back here when I made these videos. Right here, this was on May 18th. We were looking for this. We were way up here at 41.7, and I was looking for this ABC correction. We are in B, in my opinion, right now. Let's go back to, remember, that was on May 18th, and the video back from March 24th, we called the top at 63.64 when we were still around the middle of March when we made this video, and it played out pretty perfect. So Ethereum, let's take a look at Ethereum. Same thing, Ethereum looks weak. We were looking at this bearish divergence, lower highs, higher highs in the price action, lower highs in RSI. It did turn over as of right now. Ethereum is getting rejected by the EMAs here. The 55 EMA lies around 30,100, or I'm sorry, 3,100. So a break above that and support, we may get one more push higher. Let's see, the Dow is still looking pretty weak. The DXY is looking very strong, guys. It is breaking that resistance, and that resistance line comes from way over here. Get this out of the way. Comes from these wicks over here, right here, right here, right here, and right here, and right here. So there's like 5 touches on that trend line. It was major support. We broke through it. Now it's resistance. Will we be able to break above it and get support? If so, I do believe that will lead to Bitcoin going down. This is something else I wanted to look at. This is the bull market barrier indicator. And we're going to go back here. A lot of people think this is like 2013 where we come up, we had our high, came back down, corrected, and came back up. That correction was, let's measure that correction. Oh, don't forget to smash the likes, guys, if you haven't already. If you get this video to 2,000 likes before tomorrow's video, I will take suggested altcoins. It'll probably be doing a separate video after the morning update. But so this was a 76% correction. I don't believe that's where we are. Not saying it's not possible, guys. But as you can see, every time we break above this, break back below this center dark red trend line, we usually come up to retest it in a bull trap. We'll look back here. Same thing, we broke down below in 2018 and came back up, retested it, and continued down. Came back up, retested it again, came back down. I do believe that's where we're at now. And that number to retest that, if it makes it up there, is going to be around 51 to 52,000 for this middle trend. The top one is up to about 57.3. And we've talked about every time we top, this is something else I want to point out real quick. So every time we top, which you can see in that NVT right here, we were red on this whole top. The next time the NVT turned red was in a bull trap. If we go back over here, the top, NVT was red. The next time it turned red after the top was bull trap. A bunch of bull traps here in 2018. Right here, bull trap. You can see we topped here. We had our little mini bull market in 2019. Next time it turned red, bull trap. And our top right here at 64, all red. And next time it turned red, which is now bull trap. I still believe we are in a bull trap. We'll have to see what happens, though. So I'm going to get into the chat now and see what you guys are thinking. Again, guys, thanks for all the support. Don't forget to smash that like button. And check out my affiliate links down below. They do help support the channel. Also, my biggest supporter, I'd like to support her. This is my wife's webpage, anchorimage.com. That link is below in the description also. And don't forget, we're doing member videos on Saturdays and Sundays, members only. It's to join, all you have to do is hit the join button under the video. If you can't find that, go into here. I'll show you where it's at. I actually put a link down there for you guys. I'm going to make sure I smash the likes for my own video. You should probably smash it too. Thank you for the 11 thumbs downs. But if you scroll down, you open up the description below the video, you go down to here. I know a lot of people were saying they don't see the memberships right there under the email me. Also, free Discord group. It's totally free, guys. Check it out. Links are down below. I am going to take these lines off of here now. And remember, we have 2 hours till this closes, and we are closing above the trend line right now. Silently Quiet said, I'm thinking we're in a bull market scenario as well. Alton Beck, thanks for the support. Thanks for supporting the channel, man. Bullish scenario if we break above the trend line. If we break above that trend line, 57, 58, right in that range, and we get support on it, then my target is going to be coming back up to probably around 80,000, between 77 and 80,000. But I don't see that happening. I could be wrong. Looking for that NVT indicator on TradingView. Does it have another name? No, it's the NVT. I think you have to have the paid version of TradingView. If you're on the free version, I don't think you can get it. Peter Andres said, Savvy Wickoff Phase D has been invalidated several times in BTC history. It depends on what you're looking at on the Wickoff theory. Like I said, I think we are in redistribution. This is on the weekly. We've talked about this a lot. Everybody says we need a blow off top. Well, if you look at it on the weekly, we had our blow off top. If you look at it on the monthly, we had our blow off top. I mean, it's pretty obvious if you ask me. So every other time when you could see it on the daily, that's what people are looking for, but there was a whole lot more money this time, institutional top. So we've seen the blow off tops on the daily on these ones, but on this one, I mean, you could even see it on the daily. It's just much more money, took a lot longer to dump. I do believe we have seen our blow off top. I love your view on TA. There's always two sides of the story. Greetings from Amsterdam. Thanks, Niels. How do the institutions top out the market if there aren't many institutions in the market? There is big, smart money playing around in the market, and this is how they top markets. They do distribution. And then the bull trap is redistribution. They distributing again. Kyle, because what did Kyle say? Kyle, 50% of BTC is in institutions. Is this a bear trap at the moment in a short time frame, like the 4 hour daily? Yeah, it could have been looking at it breaking this trend line here, but like I said, usually when that trend line is broken, I believe it's going to roll over and come back down. But again, I'm not putting any trades in until we break the bottom trend line or we at the top here. I'm not looking to long in what I consider to be a bear market. Savvy, what is your own view on the poll you took today? Oh, the poll of, if you guys didn't see the poll up there, make sure you vote. I think we have 594 votes and 54% voted 51K. 38% down from here, and 8% new all-time highs. But I drew that trend line. I did draw that trend line off of these wicks. We had all these touches down here, and then we had our touch here, and that is why I drew that trend line. Hey Savvy, how do you explain all-time high of alts during bear trap? If you look back in 2018 while Bitcoin was after it topped, you've seen a lot of crap coins, Tron, Verge, a bunch of stuff like that topped out after Bitcoin and then came crashing down bad. I know a lot of people are only looking for what they see in there, but just like now, all these coins you see, Polkadot and all the crap up top now, the weird stuff, it'll disappear in the next bull run. They'll be way down into the less than the top 50 or whatever. It happens every time. People don't talk about that, but it literally happens every bull market. All the hype coins disappear. If you draw the lower trend line on the lower linear chart, we didn't exactly break it yet. Yeah, I don't use the linear, but I'll look at that if you want to do that. Let me put this, you mean in the log chart? So let's put that trend line. Let's go over to a cleaner chart. I'm going to keep this one like this. Let's go over to this chart. We'll go in the 4 hour. I will put it on log scale, and I know a lot of people like to use log scale. I do not, but to each their own. Even on the log scale, it broke. The trend line did break on the log. Or are you talking about it hasn't broken back up through? Let's straighten it out a little bit. So yeah, I see what you're saying there. Definitely possible. If we look at it on the log chart, like I said, I don't like using the log chart, but we have not broken back inside yet. That'd be about 46,200. And I believe that was the same as we were looking for right here around the 46,200, 180, 46,180. So looking for the same area. Savvy, so great to have cleaned up the chart. Loving being a member, bro. Thanks for everything. Thank you. I appreciate your support, man. My lad, Prive, bull market from 2019 also didn't had a blow off top, right? It did. If you look at it in the, let's go back to the daily. Whoops. Let me go back to that open chart. So if we go back to the daily and look at 2019, yes, it did have a blow off top right here. That was 2019. We had the blow off top, which corrected. Let's see how much it corrected here. Corrected about 31% and then had a bull trap after that, as you can see right here. And this was Bitcoin's blow off top, and this is on the daily. Like I said, the market's a lot more mature, and you got to look at it on a bigger time frame. I had more money in it now, so you can see the blow off top on the weekly and the monthly now. But that was about 48% correction, and then it had a big bull trap. How high did the bull trap go? Let's check that. The bull trap went about 65% up. What would happen if we went 65% up from where we're at, or from our low right here? So let's measure that in real quick. So our low was right here, about 28.7. To where we're at now is about 67%. Right around the same. So Savvy must be protected by all costs. Hey Savvy, did you think this weekend will be a good time to drive up the price to 51K, which would complete wave B? I mean, it's definitely a possibility. 51K is not out of the question. That's why I said I'm not doing anything until we break this trend line again or hit 51K. 51 to 52, that's where the golden pocket range is. Victor asked, so if and when traditional markets crash, what do you think BTC will crash to? 10K area or much lower? Always curious if that 10K area is protected, was dependent on traditional market crash. It all depends on traditional market crash. If it does crash, it depends on how it crashes. Is it going to be a quick like March 2020 crash, or is it going to be a multi-year bear market? If it's a long multi-year bear market, then Bitcoin could be in big trouble over the next few years. But if it's just a big flash crash, you know, into the beginning of next year and then continues back up, then Bitcoin may be all right. Otherwise, Bitcoin could be in big trouble. For those that say it's not correlated with the stock market, you're crazy. In case you long BTC and it goes to 51, which will be your entry price? If you're not already in it, I mean, what would the entry price be to long? Well, let's take a look. If somebody did want to, and I'm not telling anybody to long, break of this 42,000 and then a retest of this trend line around 46. So if we break up past 42, come back down for a retest, might be a good time to long to around 49,000. But that's only if this breaks. If it doesn't break, I would not be longing. What do you think it's better, hold Bitcoin versus hold gold? I've showed you guys this a lot. You make up your own mind. I'm not a financial advisor, but let's take a look at something here real quick. So this might help you make your decision, especially if the market crashes, because if you notice, gold and silver are pretty much like Bitcoin when it comes to everybody telling you to hedge your money and get into gold, get into silver. You see the commercials everywhere, right? Let me line these charts up first and then we'll go over it. Let's go to silver. And obviously, Bitcoin came out of, you know, right after the crash, Bitcoin was introduced. Coincidence? Maybe. Probably not. So anyways, let's look at, well, look at a few different things here. I'm going to go, so the DXY is breaking that resistance, guys. It's looking pretty damn bullish. There's a lot that goes into watching this stuff. You got to watch the markets and the dollar if you're playing around with Bitcoin. So let's do this real quick. All right, so again, like I said, you'll see everybody telling you to hedge with Bitcoin, hedge with silver, hedge with gold. Well, let's look at the big crash. This is 2008. The Dow crashed 55% from 2008 to around March of 2009. 55%. And what did gold do? Gold dropped in 2008 about 35%. What did silver do? It dropped about 61%. What did the dollar do? It rose about 27%. So if that tells you anything, you know, do what you will with that info, but that's what I like to look at. What settings do you have on your simple volume? Just 20. That's just the norm, or the default, I guess you would call it. Savvy membership on and divergence merch and shorted 47K area and exited at 40K. Hold nothing, trade both. Savvy, look at the 20 WMA and 20 EMA in 2013 and 14. I don't like to switch up what I use. I like my EMAs, but I will look at them. Where are we at here? What chart am I on? Okay, so let me go into the daily. Did you say the, what did you say? Have patience, Captus, or Caps. I don't consider you as a bear as people say, but you have more practical approach than 90% of people. Love your TA. Yeah, I'm only bearish because the charts are making me bearish. I'm not like super bear or whatever. Oh, the divergence mouse pad, Sebastian said. Yeah, that's one of the biggest sellers on my wife's webpage. I'll show you in the Bitcoin section here. She makes a lot of different stuff. She could put family pictures on glass, all kinds of stuff. And it's quality, guys. It's not garbage like a lot of these other YouTube channels all over YouTube sell iron on crap. So let's take a look at it. I'll show you guys. This is the, if you're new to trading, people love these. It's a divergence cheat sheet mouse pad. That's one of the hardest things to learn. One of the most confusing things to learn when you're new. Definitely check that out. It is on our page, anchormage.com below. So I forgot what I was looking at. What was I doing? Oh yeah, it was on the daily looking for. So I'm going to look at the top of 2000. Oh, I can't do it on this one, I don't believe. Nope, this one doesn't go that far. So let me go over to, we'll go over to here, and I'll turn on my EMAs. Right there. So 2013, we blew through, broke down past the 20 EMA, never touched the 200 EMA. As you can see, December 2013, we came down, touched the 200. Once we broke below it, never got back above it. Once we broke below the 200 EMA, never got back above it again. Once we broke below, you can see what happened. And we did we hit it yet? Oh, this is on the 3-day. Sorry, let me go over the 1-day. I thought something looked weird. All right, let's go back through this. So looking at my EMAs, like I said, I have no need to look at EMAs, but you can see we broke the 200, but we popped right back up. Let me see. Yeah, you can see we broke through. We stayed under for like 3 days. Broke back above, tested it again, and broke up. But as you can see, every time we break it and spend any time under it like that, we'll break above, get a bull trap, and come right back down. That's what happened in 2013 and 14. Let's look at 2017. Broke below it, bull trap, broke below it, bull trap, bull trap. And let's go over to 2019. Broke below it, bull trap, below it, bull trap. Each time the bull trap was shorter. Right now, broke below it, spent quite a bit of time under it, and this is our bull trap, I do believe, and we continue back down. That is my perspective. I'm going to put this back on the 3-day and get my EMAs off there. Something else I wanted to look at here. So if we look at the daily MACD, it has flashed a sell signal here. Yeah, the daily has flashed a sell. Let's look at the 3-day. No sell on the 3-day. Let's look at the weekly. I know people were talking about the weekly MACD. Let's move it over. The weekly has crossed up. I see what people were talking about, but we've seen it do that plenty of times and just get kicked right back down. So we'll keep an eye on that. We go back to the daily. I messed this all up now. I'm going to have to realign this whole chart. There we go. If you guys aren't familiar with this chart, every time, let me straighten it out a little bit, but every time the dollar bottoms on this trend line, this was back in 2014, Bitcoin tops. Bitcoin is right here. The green line is the dollar. When the dollar bottomed on this bottom trend line, Bitcoin tops. Dollar bottoms on the trend line, Bitcoin tops. And every time the dollar tops on this top trend line, Bitcoin bottoms. Every time it tops, Bitcoin bottoms. The next time we top, I think will be Bitcoin's bottom. If not, then Bitcoin's in major trouble. But we'll see. We look like we're headed towards that 41.2. Let's see what happens. If we break above that and you guys are feeling frisky and want along, it might be a good spot to put along with some very tight stops. I myself won't be doing it. Let's see. Let me go over to DXY. Let's see how that's looking. We're going to get out of the daily. Go back to the 4 hour. And how is that looking there? It broke that resistance, guys. Let's see if it can hold support there. How's the Dow doing? The Dow is still not doing the greatest. Looking at it on the daily, it is still losing ground. Gold, I'm not even going to look at gold no more. We'll know by today if we're going to start heading towards that 51, 52,000. Go back to the 4 hour here. And we'll see what happens. But like I said, I'm leaning more towards the downside. But either way, I'm not going to long this. I'm just looking to short either the break of this trend line on the bottom or the retest of this top trend line when it gets there. Could be a few days. If it is this weekend, maybe we will see between 51 and 52. But we'll see what happens. All right, guys, make sure you smash the likes. I'm going to get out of here. And I appreciate each and every one of you guys. And I will see you tomorrow. I'll be popping on to Twitter off and on today. I got to do the yard work and some other stuff. So have a great day, guys. And be careful. Don't forget to check out the affiliate links down below to help support the channel, and smash that like button. Subscribe if you haven't already, and turn your notification bells on. That way you get notified when I post videos. And make sure your notifications are turned on in your YouTube. So anyways, thanks guys. Have a great day. I'm out.